physically, I was in a lot of pain. So when I first reached out to you, I was struggling a lot with my back pain, joint aches, everything like that. So physically, I was constantly in pain, taking regular pain medication. And physically, I wasn't able to do much really. Even going walking the dogs. Yes, all right, I was a new mother, but even walking the dogs was hard work. Mentally, I sort of was very low, drained, depressed, and I felt a lot like a failure for my newborn son more than anything. There was a lot that I couldn't do, and I was using my back and my leg problem as not an excuse, but a cover up for the way I was actually feeling mentally. And emotionally, I just felt very lost and, like I say, very, very much a failure, and sort of a bit in denial, but also at the same time, I was feeling like, well, I'll keep trying, I'll keep doing these things, and one day it will click. And I just kept trying the same stuff, and yeah, I felt I didn't feel like me. I felt like someone completely different. And as a first time mum with I think Eddie was about 8 months old when I reached out to you. A first time mum with an 8 month old, feeling the way I did, like exhausted all the time, physically exhausted, sluggish, just drained, sort of no interest in anything. That really, yeah, looking back, it was hard, really hard.
So, what has surprised you the most about this journey? Because your journey has been phenomenal, but what's most surprised you?
Um, I think like how far I've come, firstly. Definitely how far I've come. And I think my strength, I've been through ups and downs on my journey, not just with like the program, sort of, what I'm eating and things like that, slip up days, but in my personal life, I've had a lot of ups and downs. And previously, that would have been something that would throw me back. It would be an excuse to binge eat. It would be an excuse to feel really worthless again, and that would be an excuse to snowball. And I think I've surprised myself at how strong I can actually be, getting through it and getting Eddie through it. That has been the biggest surprise, because I didn't think that I was a strong woman, to be honest. So getting through those things, the support that I got and the program has been sort of what's keeping me going. If I can do one thing, then I can get through this. So I've really surprised myself in that respect.
So where would you say your confidence was, and how do you feel about yourself now?
I had no confidence. Um, I I literally had zero confidence. I'm a very open person. I'm a very chatty person. I will talk to anybody. So people didn't see me as having no confidence, but that was just almost a cover up in one way. I'd never be rude to somebody, but that was like a cover up for how unhappy I was. So people never saw me as having no confidence, but I didn't. And now I've got true confidence. So I'm still the same person, and I'll talk to anyone and I'll waffle. But now my confidence comes from within. I've got confidence to do things, try new things. For example, riding a bike, which I never thought I'd be able to do. And going to different social events, getting myself involved in groups, finding work and going to interviews. Um, yeah, my confidence now is completely different to what it used to be, and I feel confident in like the clothes that I wear. And when I'm working out, I feel confident in what I'm doing. I feel confident in choices I'm making, and I also feel confident about speaking up for myself more now as well, because again, it comes back to that, knowing how strong I can be now. I feel like I can speak up for myself and do it in a confident way, as opposed to sort of shying away and being a people pleaser. So yeah.
That also comes in with the part of the program with actually, as we kind of go through that process of actually setting boundaries in all aspects of our lives and not just accepting what we're told to do. Um,
Absolutely.
the amount of messages that we've exchanged, there must be hundreds, if not thousands, over that period of time. In the essence of that, I could see the true growth in you with regards to where we were at the very beginning and then where you currently are now. So, what else would you say has shifted for you? Would you say like your obviously self belief, energy levels, your mindset? What would you say has been the main shift for you?
Those three things have definitely come into it. And I think the mindset one's a big one, because I feel more educated around nutrition, and especially things like my blood sugars. So I have said this on my previous video, I think halfway through my journey, that I got no support with my diabetes. And I feel like I've been educated to know what I'm putting in my body and how it will affect different things. So not just my sugars, but maybe my cortisol, maybe my energy, and my inflammation. I feel like that has been a massive change for me, is not just looking at oh, it's got this amount of fat in it or this amount of carbohydrates. It's not about that. It's about the lifestyle changes and the reducing the inflammation sectors. For me personally, it was very much that, and boosting my energy. So that's been a big one. And I think just in general, being able to educate other people. So not in a I'm telling you what to do, but there's been a lot of friends who have had similar issues, or that maybe have had different things going on. And I have said, oh, it might be helpful to look into this. I can send you some information. And then sometimes I've diverted them your way as well. But even they can see why it makes sense. So that's been a massive thing for me, mindset. And from a personal level, obviously, it's helped my relationship. Yeah, there's still ups and downs, as every couple has, but it's helped my relationship with Eddie. I'm able to sort of have the time that we're together is quality time now. It's not just getting through the day and trying not to have that 3 p.m. slum and getting through that. The time that we have is quality time. I am in the moment. I am in that mindset of being with him and what he's doing, and that makes me feel good as well, and it feels like I'm cracking on being a good mum. So that's been amazing. And just obviously being able to fit in smaller clothes, that's a big boost for me. I can look at things and go, oh, I like that, and oh, they've got it in my size, which always feels good. And like I say, just having the mindset of I can try new things now, and because of that confidence, like not shying away from friends, or shying away from maybe activities or groups that people are attending. I sort of have that confidence to go, yeah, all right, go on, I'll give it a go. So yeah, I think that would be the biggest shift, is those two things, is the education around the food groups, and the education around how to manage the diabetes, which now is completely gone, which I would never thought I would say. And also the mindset of I can do this, and I have done this. Look how far I've come with this. If I can do this, I can have a go at that, or I can have a go at this. What's the worst that could happen? It's just had a round all effect on every aspect of my life. My mental health is no way near as what it was last time. And I'm a very open book. Like I say, I was on antidepressants. I was on quite a high dose of antidepressants, and now that is non-existent. There is the odd time I still have to take painkillers, but I'm not taking painkillers every single day. No way. And that that in itself has been a very big change for me, knowing the stuff that I was putting in my body and how it was affecting me. And actually, I didn't need that. I didn't need that. What I needed was the support and the steering and the education and the knowledge. and here I am.
So beyond losing 7 stone, which is just a phenomenal achievement, and 62 inches, and I want to give kind of like the viewers some a true understanding of what 62 inches looks like. So I sent you the picture of me lying down with it. I won't even be able to get the whole 62 inches in. So just to give you a bit of an understanding, that width span, which you can't even see, won't even fit on the screen, is 5'2" in height of what 62 inches looks like in length, just to give you a true understanding of the amount of body fat that Helen lost. So beyond the 7 stone and the 62 inches, what would you say the transformation has given you that you never expected?
Oh God. I suppose just a new outlook on life. Because it wasn't for me, what drew me to the program wasn't really, yes, okay, the weight loss and everything was a big thing. But what I liked about it was the mindset. And I think that's something that is really important. So it was doing things like the mindfulness techniques and the journaling. You know, when I did have the times that I was struggling, whether it be, you know, sort of on the program and understanding or in my personal life, and I reached out to you, you know, and then I'd go on the portal and have a look at what resources were there. It was things like the journaling, the mindfulness, that I didn't quite realize how much of a big impact that would have. And it is important. It's so important. And sometimes I still forget how important it is. But taking that time away just to have 5 minutes where you just do some deep breathing, 5 minutes to just write down how you're feeling or what's going through your mind. Um, it's that's given me a whole new outlook on life. That's just something I never thought that I would ever hear someone say, let alone me. So yeah, all right, the weight loss is incredible. And when you say 7 stone, I still can't believe it. And I still can't believe the 62 inches. It blows my mind and it still doesn't feel real. But alongside that, I think the biggest draw is the fact that you learn to take some time for yourself and you can fit it in no matter how busy or what life's thrown at you. Sometimes I do it in the car. I will just take a deep breath and sort of do a bit of breathing before I set off or whilst I'm stuck in traffic. Podcasts, you know, and I just, yeah, it's given me a whole new outlook on life. And like I say, a whole new outlook on other things as well. Like I've gone down a lot of different routes and found things that I'm interested in that I never thought I'd be interested in, which again has helped me look at different career paths and apply for different jobs, which again, I never thought I would do. I thought I'd be stuck in the same kind of, you know, role and never really progress. Whereas now I'm applying for a lot different roles at maybe a senior level. So that's the biggest surprise I think would be this whole new jolly outlook.
So if there's a woman right now watching this who feels lost and stuck and overwhelmed and doesn't believe that she either deserves it or doesn't think that she'll get the results, what would you say to that person?
That I've been there and I'm living proof that you can do it. And I don't just mean that by again what I've lost weight wise and inches. I mean the change in everything. I was there. I was that person. I did feel stuck. I felt very lost, like I've said. Um, I felt I just felt terrible. And it's a horrible feeling. But the big thing is you're not on your own. And I think that's where this community thrives, is just that you're not on your own. You're never left on your own. And you can do it. You will tell yourself you can't. It will feel hard at times and it it will feel very different to a lot of the generic, I say diets because this isn't a diet, but it will feel very different to the weight loss things that are out there, the different groups and the different trends, I will say. It feels very different to that. And it can be hard, but it works. And the way it works is because it's a lifestyle change, because it's lifelong, and you can do it. Just reach out if you're feeling like that, if you're ever feeling like you're failing, I knew that I could just reach out to you or on the Facebook groups or to the community, and I would get so much support. I wouldn't get, oh, you need to do this, you need to do that, and have you counted this today, and have you weighed this out? It would just be ounces of support. And if I had a bad day, which I did, it would be, that's fine. Just draw a line in the sand. It's fine, not a problem. Look how far you've come, or look what you've done this week, or look what look what you're doing. You're still recognizing this, this, and this. And for me, that was the changing point where it was like, wow, these people care. These people know what I've been through. And I'm that person now saying to you, I've been there, I've done it, and you can do it. It just, yeah, it's just wonderful. I never thought that this would be me saying that to somebody who's in my position that I was, but you can do it, and there is people out there who will be more than happy to support you. And no matter how low and worthless and how much you feel you're struggling, you're still, deep down, you're still strong, and you still can break through all of them feelings. It just might take time and the right people to support you. And James and all the community are the right people.
Well, thank you. I think even now, and you know how immensely proud I am of you and how many times I've said that, and I will never stop saying that because it's just phenomenal what you've achieved. But I think people, we all have challenges in life, but especially with yours, and as I said, this is only half of your story. The other side is much more personal, which we would never go into. But in the aspect of when you first originally came to me, obviously the weight loss was the main function for you, that you wanted to lose the weight. But the other aspects that you had with regards to the type 2 diabetes, constantly in absolute agony on the amount of painkillers that you were on at the time. Obviously, you've mentioned mental health aspects and depression and PCOS and lots of other hormonal issues. And the list continued and continued, but you still found a way. And obviously, from a coach's perspective, I can only give you the tools, and my clients, it's for them to then action that. And of course, I'm going to be there to constantly hold your hand and support you, but I can't be with that person 24 hours. I'm not cooking their food for them. I'm giving them the instructions and the guidance, but it's you that has taken that action. And I know, and I'll keep saying it, it's just so immensely proud to see the difference. And we've obviously been engaging, and I've seen the difference, but when I physically saw you when we come on the call here, just to see the difference is absolutely phenomenal. So kind of just to finish up, Helen, is there anything else that you would like to add just to finish the call up?
Well, just because I completely forgot, like, obviously I got diagnosed when I first started the program with PCOS, and I didn't know anything about it, and I reached out to you, I think, saying, would this have an effect on my weight loss and everything like that? And that was a point where I was like, this team, that you were so supportive. And I have never, ever had any support from my GP, from a dietitian, from, any kind of NHS outlay. I've never had any support with my PCOS. Now, it's a massively common problem in women. And through being on this program and talking to you, I have managed to find things, research things, which again is something I never thought I would see myself doing. But I have managed to find things and look at research and link PCOS with other things that has meant I can get it under control. So my symptoms are not half as bad as what they were when I was diagnosed with it. And that's because you, like you say, you gave me the tools, and you were like, oh, read this might help you understand what it is and how it affects the body. And then from there, I've taken it upon myself to do that research, and just to say that was something that I never thought I would do, but also that there are a lot of women out there who do struggle with PCOS, and it's not nice at all. But there is research out there to do with all sorts of different things that can help manage the symptoms. And I never got any support from the NHS. So to know that like you say, it's wonderful that I've lost all this weight and the inches and everything. But like I say, that education side of it and just being given the tools, and allowing myself to sort of do that research and stuff has given me the opportunity to learn about that and, like I say, manage my symptoms, which again helps me every day. So yeah, and obviously I just want to say a massive thank you to you, James, and to the community who I've touched in on Facebook and on the community groups and everything like that. I will never ever be able to thank you all enough.
It's been an absolute pleasure, coach, and as I can't stop smiling from ear to ear. And like everyone that I see is like, look at Helen's transformation, because I am just so immensely proud. Because with all of the challenges that you've had, and you've still come out absolutely thriving, and the success you've had is just phenomenal to watch. So, thank you for being you. It's just been you've been an absolute pleasure to coach.
Oh, thank you so much, James. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
My pleasure. Thanks, Helen.